What's up, y'all? It's your girl Let's Play Nate, and I am back with another video. Apologies for the long, hiatus I had, but I am back, and I'm gonna be listing off my opinion, keyword my opinion, of the worst bad girls from season 7 to 17. Because honestly, any season before that I didn't really watch. Like, I seen clips of it, but I've never actually sat and watched the whole season of anything before season 7. I'm going to be splitting this up into 2 videos. This video is going to be seasons 7 through 12, and the next video is going to be seasons 13 to 17. So yeah, anyways, I got my seafood with me. I didn't, cam up and record myself because I look a mess, so I decided to do a quick voiceover. And yeah, y'all don't have to agree with my opinions, but these are my opinions of the wackest bitches that got casted in their prospective season. Okay, so we're gonna start off with my favorite season, BGC 7 New Orleans. I love this season. However, it is not exempt from having weak ass bitches. So with that being said, in my opinion, worst bad girl in BGC 7 was Tasha. Congratulations, Tasha. You won yet another award for being the worst bad girl in Bad Girls Club history. At least one of them. And definitely the worst on your season. I absolutely could not stand Tasha. Like, nothing about her was remotely appealing. Nothing about her was likable. I just could not stand her. She was just that one extra that was better off not being casted. Everything about Tasha was annoying. Like, she instigated drama. She jumped. Like, girl, you can't even fight one-on-one. I've never seen Tasha in a one-on-one fight because she was a scary ass bitch. She allowed Stassi to bully her. She was homophobic, racist, and she got Perez Hilton kicked off the Bad Girls Club reunion, so he was no longer a host after that season, which is why we didn't see him after that. Her raspy chain smoker voice, her nagging, her thinking she was better. Everything about this bitch was disgusting and disgraceful. She's like a disgrace to Bad Girls Club, to women, period. Just a complete disgrace. So here you go, Tasha. Just like Perez Hilton presented you with that award, I'm going to give you a second one. Alright, moving on to the next season. Season 8. I was not a fan of this season at all. Like, it was really unbearable to watch because of the amount of jumping that happened in the season. And yeah, a lot of girls I didn't really care for or like in the season, but I feel like my all-time worst was definitely Erica. Honestly, BGC 8 was full of jumper hoes, but Erica was definitely the ringleader. Erica is one of them type of girls that can't really stand alone. Like, she needs a pack of bitches to stand beside her or behind her for her to function and for her to have even lasted as long as she did in the house. Like, I don't respect that. I don't respect anybody that feels like they need a crowd to come off as a bad bitch or feel like they're a bad bitch. She wasn't appealing on the eyes. She went to the reunion. I don't understand the thing with going to the reunion with a doctor's note after you've caused so many problems in the house and stirred up so much shit. Like, how do you go through all that and just to come to the reunion with a doctor's note so that you don't get your ass handed to you? It's like you're scared to own up to the shit that you did. And Erica never really owned up to like anything she did. She was always in denial. She denied everything or being involved or being the ringleader, being a jumper hoe. It was just, I did not like Erica at all. Moving on to one of my favorite seasons, BGC 9 Mexico. This season had a really good cast. However, every season has their rotten apple. And the rotten apple that I feel was in BBC 9 had to be Blondie. And I know some people might disagree with me, which I really don't care. But Blondie was just so irrelevant. Like, I feel like she was there just to be there. I feel like she was the weakest in the house because Blondie was a yes man. She practically did things to satisfy other people. Like, she didn't really have a mind of her own, and I feel like that's a very weak trait and quality to have as a grown woman. You shouldn't like go against your beliefs to satisfy another grown woman. I feel like she did that a lot, especially with Rima. Like, when they were all trying to vote Megan out the house.
Stupid.
It's like, she just tried too hard to give off this dumb blonde gimmick, and it was so annoying. And like, back to this Megan thing, like, Blondie was the only one that wasn't really with it, but she only changed her mind. She apologized to Rima just so that she could stay on Rima's good side. And I don't know, I just feel that's really weak. She didn't really stand up for herself, and she was irrelevant. She was just like background, like a background actor, in my opinion. Like, she didn't really make any impact on the season. Moving on to BGC 10 Atlanta. This season was decent to me. A lot of jumping shit going on, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as season 8 in my opinion. And I feel like the weakest bitch that was in season 10, it's a very, very thin line between Valentina and Alicia. But honestly, I'm gonna have to go with Alicia because I feel like Valentina at least had human decency and some sort of sympathy towards certain situations. For example, when Alicia called Shannon, I think she called her a hoe or said Shannon was getting pimped out.
You're a hoe. You know you've been pimped a million times. Oh, no. I'll be a mean ass person, but that's the truth. That's the truth. Alicia, leave it alone. This has now gone downhill. Now Alicia's in the wrong. The comment is a terrible comment. It's a huge deal to say that about somebody. I know it.
Valentina, had enough maturity to go up to Shannon and apologize on Alicia's behalf. And Alicia still didn't get her ass whooped at the reunion. And at least Valentina got, her ass handed to her. Alicia didn't get that. She came with the doctor's note just like Erica did. And once again, that just shows you're a weak bitch and you're scary. So, Alicia, congratulations. Here's your award. Mwah. Moving on to the worst season in BGC history. Season 11. The wackest, most jump-a-hole ass, whack-ass season ever. It's really hard to pick just one person who I think was the weakest link because all of these bitches, with the exception of Sarah and Janelle, were honestly lame as fuck. It's gonna be really difficult to choose between Jazz No Edges and Dusty as Tiana. Out of all of the cast members in season 11, the wackest, most drama starting, most jump a hoe ass bitch is Gigi. I cannot stand this whack ass bitch at all. Gigi, all you did was talk shit and pick on the weakest girl that didn't have a click. The girl that wasn't a fighter. Like, my problem with Gigi is she completely forgot that she was a replacement. Like, girl, you wanted to be an OG so bad. Like, you gave Janelle the same treatment them girls gave you when you first joined the house. And you befriended the same girls that picked on you when you first joined. Everything about this bitch just annoys the fuck out of me. Like, she just started shit with Janelle. She bullied the fuck out of Janelle. She fucked with Sarah. Even though Sarah kind of, like, picked on her first, I feel like she just kept, like, fucking with Sarah. This bitch had to stand on top of a couch. Bitch, you had to stand on top of the sofa at the reunion to fight Sarah. Gigi was so fucking whack, and I heard she jumped Stephanie at her job or something. This bitch was so fucking lame to me. She is definitely, like, the wackest bitch of her season. Moving on to the last season I'm going to talk about in this video until part 2, BGC 12 Chicago.
Because it's disrespectful to you. It is disrespectful for one woman.
This season was definitely a redemption for BGC 11. Since BGC 11 was such a flop, I feel like the weakest person that was on this season had to be Britt. I did not fucking like Britt, not one bit. Like, Britt was just there and...
Like, for real, Britt, if you really want to fight, just fight. Stop talking about wanting to fight somebody. Maybe you should stop doing this, because I'm going to take this the wrong way. Because I don't want to continue to go the wrong way. It don't matter. I can tell you what. Lower your voice. You're going to quit doing that. No, you're going to yell at me. I'm going to yell at you.
Well, then we're going to keep yelling all night until I get pissed off and want to lay somebody down.
Well, then maybe that's what you should do. to lay you out.
Really, bitch? And Jada called her out multiple times. Like, all Britt did was walk around and talk about shit and never was about action. And that's what I didn't like about Britt. And she would jump into shit that had nothing to do with her. She's really forgettable. She's a very forgettable cast member. And the wackest thing that I feel like Britt did was when she fired on Delilah. Like, Britt, you're so fucking whack. She did too much to try to prove herself. Like, yeah, that's really all I really have to say about her. It's not really much to say because she was so irrelevant and forgettable. That's gonna wrap it up for this video, y'all. I'm gonna have a part 2 come out next week. Speaking on BGC 13 to BGC 17. Like, comment, subscribe. Who do y'all think was the worst of each season? Let me know in the comments. And yeah, I'll be back with a part 2. Bye.